all experts in video conferencing. So you know, for example, that you have to have a proper lighting of the room you are in. Yes. Like for example, I'm sorry, but Mariana, for example, that's not the best set. No, that is not the best setting. You know, to have the light at the back is the worst. It's the worst part, because you have a lot of contrast that you don't see. No, you could see, for example, Javier. He has a very good lighting, because the lighting comes from the side. The best way of putting the lighting is the lighting from the side. And yes, Rodrigo as well has a very good lighting. Norman so. Because the experience is very different. You know, when you have a proper lighting, it's something very important as well. Something as well is the posture you have when you're having your class. I'm pretty sure that you have had this teleconference before. You know, like somebody is like that all the time, and it's very annoying on one side, and on the other, Norman should tell you, it's not frightening, but you start like this kind of reaction because you have the people too close to you. You know?
Psychological abuse.
Psychological abuse, yes, because it's like automatically you are like defensive, no? If you see somebody that close, so it's very important to have a pretty good distance from the camera, a good lighting. You know, like for example, Jesus is not probably the best setup either. You know, because we're not seeing you, we just see only half of your face, and Pierre is fine as well, no? But I mean, it seems like something irrelevant, but it's actually very important, no? Because you have to think about the user. You know, you have to think about your students, what experience they are having. It's not the same to have. Remember, I was telling you, you know, this video conference, which is super annoying, and or this one, no? Which you have a good lighting, you can see the person. Yeah, the background as well. You know, it's typically you have to use the background. You have. I hate this kind of. You know that you have the tool that you can change your background and put some silly thing on the back. I hate that personally. I hate it. But I mean, every person is different. If you feel comfortable with that, I think any decent, you know, just plain background will work. You know, the focus is you, and the presentation is very important as well. So yes, I think I made you co-host, everybody. Yes, so you could see more options probably now. I don't know if you could check on more on your window of the participants. If you could check more, there is an option at the end that says merge to meeting window. Yes. I don't know if it works now, yes. Norman? Yes. That's very convenient because you could have it all together here. It's very important as well that you update your software. Because, like for example, this option is quite new. You know, this option didn't exist like 3 or 4 weeks ago. So it was really annoying to have, because you were having like many windows at the same time, and it was completely very difficult to follow. And this is the second option. The next option we're gonna see is this chat window here, which works exactly the same. If you click on the chat window, a pop-up window will appear on your screen. If you go to more, you can merge it on the participants. And as you could see, I have the two windows here all together. In my case, for example, the participant window is bigger than the chat window, but you can make it smaller or bigger. I don't know if you want to play a little bit with this, because this is a very important tool for you to follow up. No? Because for the interaction, you know, you could see here the persons, and you can follow up the chat without having to go through, try to find the window, no?
Where do you, I'm sorry, Edgar, where do you set basically imagine we are presenting like a PowerPoint, yeah? Mm-hmm. I want that PowerPoint basically to be full screen for the students, yes. But I want to follow, as well as you have right now on the right-hand side of the screen, the chat.
Yes, yes.
I'm struggling with that because I'm not able basically to find it easily. So how to set it?
Yes, you have two options for doing that. No, in this case, for example, you know, the way I like to do it is exactly this one. No? The one I was showing you, which is putting all together in one single window. So you have like just one window, and in case you have only one window, I'm gonna go. I think it's the next slide or the next one, where we talk about sharing your screen. Yes, the speaker view. Yes, sorry. Yes, I have. Yes, this is the sharing screen. No, sharing screens is very important because when you share a screen, and that's the next button, the green at the bottom, you can see. Yes, on the share screen, if you click there, you could see options. You know, when you click on that, you can click that. Don't worry. You could see many options show up. Yes.
Yeah.
And right now, just if you can close that, and we can come back. It's just for you to see. You can close that because I want to talk to you a little bit the difference between sharing screen, sharing window, and sharing application. Yeah, it's a very basic concept, but it's very important, and it's just slightly a bit confusing. No? As you can see now, right now, because I'm sharing my screen right now. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. So if I do this, for example, this is a tool that the Mac has to disappear everything that is on the screen. So basically, you're seeing a picture right now, right? But if I go like that, for example, you know, I have many windows open, as everybody does, I think, no? Because I have, for example, here I have this. It's a browser. I was looking for the picture of a kitten, for example. Yes, and I was following the shares in the Apple shares to see how they are doing right now in another one, and I was looking at the calendar. Yes, those are different windows and applications. In this case, for example, this is the window of the calendar on my application calendar, right? But this is a window of my browser. In this case, it's called Safari, which is the explorer of Macintosh. This is called Safari, but this one is another window of a Safari. Yes? So when I click share, you have to select what you want to share, because you could share your whole screen, as I am doing now. I'm sharing right now my whole screen. So everything that is on my screen, you're gonna be able to see it. Remember, I have two screens, so you're not seeing completely what I'm seeing, because I have two screens. Yes? So if I share my screen, you're seeing everything that is on my screen. If I share my application, you're gonna see everything that is on that application. In this case, for example, in Safari, I have two different windows. I have the kitten one and the Apple one. And if you share a window only, you can only share what are you sharing on that window. So the student cannot see anything else. This is convenient depending how you use it, right? Because you could have your notes, for example, and maybe your notes you don't see, you don't want to share your notes with the students, for example. So if you share only the application or you share the window, is that concept clear? Because sometimes it's a bit confusing. Yes, everybody? Thumbs up. Yes, interaction. Remember reactions? The reactions button. Good. This brings us to okay. So we share. In this case, as I told you, I share my whole screen because I want you to be able to see all the windows that I want to share with you. Because probably I want to share. You know, you see that I'm losing money right now with my Apple shares. I'm losing money, so it's not super great. But I want to share it with you in this case. No. I hope Apple recovers during the day, and I wanted to share these kittens because kittens are nice and everybody loves kittens. So good. So the next one, if there are no questions so far, the share button is a very important as I was telling you, because when you click share, remember there are some other different options. When you click share, you could share as well. If you see, for example, you could see desktop. In my case, it's desktop 1 and desktop 2. Then I see an option which is called whiteboard. I'm pretty sure you can see that. I'm gonna share a whiteboard, for example, right now. So you could see what the whiteboard does, which is basically a whiteboard. I mean.
We don't see the whiteboard, Edgar.
Oh no?
No.
It's maybe
no, because we're not host.
Probably because that whiteboard is only for the host, probably.
Yeah.
I'm sorry because my computer is frozen right now.
We're seeing your desktop too, I think.
You see my desktop?
Number 2.
Number 2, yes, because when you have two windows automatically, I think it's a bit frozen, sorry.
Maybe the other sharing options are only for the person who actually shares their screen at that moment. I don't know.
Just the host, yeah.
Yes, and you can have...
not only the host, because we are all hosts. Maybe the host who is actually sharing their screen at this moment.
Yes, you're probably right, yes. I think my Zoom is frozen right now because I can't do anything. So maybe I'm gonna comment just a little bit on because, for example, here the sharing, it could be shared. For example, a student could share their screen as well. Yes, if somebody has to present, it's a very convenient tool as well, because probably some of the student needs to share, and I think it's frozen.
Edgar,
sorry, I apologize for this.
Just a question. If you want somebody to share, you have to make them host, right?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You have an option. You have an option, which by default, when you start a video conference or a meeting, you set up these options. But by default, the way we use it at IE, we open it with the options. I don't know. Yes, my keynote was frozen. I don't know. Somebody, maybe Javier, you want to share something with us, for example? You have the share option. No? I'm sorry, Javier. I got you unprepared.
Okay, you can see it. We can see it, Javier. You're mute, Javier. You're mute.
You're mute, Javier.
Javier, you're mute.
You're mute, Javier.
And now?
Yes. But remember, you always have the space. The space tip is super useful.
Yes, but I have to say, I have done that and didn't work.
It didn't work for me either.
No.
I know. No. It's strange.
It must be Mac. Maybe Mac.
Yes, maybe. No, but Javier has Mac.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that if you switch windows, so if you're doing something else at the same time, then it doesn't work momentarily. So you have your most recent activity should be in the Zoom window, I think, because it also didn't work for me, but now it works.
Yes, you have to be in Zoom. Yes, you have to be in Zoom for this to work.
Hello.
Like, for example, now we're seeing Jesus' screen. In this case, Jesus shared the whole screen, no? So we could see like everything that is there. But you could share only a window or only one application. Yeah. Remember, this concept is very important. It's very simple, but it's very important, no? To keep in mind, because many times it's like you start talking about something and you think that you're sharing that and you're not. So, for example, now we are seeing Pierre's screen. I can see myself. Okay. Yes, I don't know. Somebody else wants to go? Wants to share? When you're a host as well, in the participants options let me just. Call up my key. The whiteboard, in case you want to write or something. Many times I don't like sharing the whiteboard because you have to start sharing your screen to go to the whiteboard. Usually what I do, if you need a whiteboard, I open up a program that has some sort of whiteboard, and I share it on the window. This is the way I do it. Something very important here is when you share your screen. At the bottom of the share screen, you can see two options. One is share computer sound, and the other one is optimize here. And I can draw, and everybody can draw on the whiteboard. I don't know if you want to try drawing something. Anybody? No?
I can't. I'm trying to write a text, but can't.
Can't draw.
I think. Yes, I can't write either. I think something is happening with my Zoom because it's very, very slow. But the problem is if I stop the meeting now, we have to be kicked out everybody. So let's keep on doing it. Okay. Another interesting option that you can have here is that I don't know. I know many of you. I don't know. They told me. I don't really know. They told me that a lot of professors use iPads. So in the sharing option, you can share actually your iPad. Like for example, right now I'm gonna share my iPad now. I don't know if you.
No, we don't see anything.
Are you seeing the iPad now? No.
No.
Okay.
It's not working. It's taking a while for it to be open.
Ah, sorry.
No, it.
I think my here it is. No, you can see it now.
No. Still not.
Not yet. Not yet.
No.
Now we can. Now we can. Yeah.
Yes, you see.
Now I can.
This is my iPad. This is convenient as well because if you use some sort of tool for drawing or for note taking or something like that. I don't know, because they told me that there are a lot of professors of that use to take notes or to write, no? So this is more convenient. It's very convenient as well because you can use an iPhone too. Because when you write on the screen on the whiteboard, it's very strange, no? It's
So Edgar, what you're using now is the whiteboard, or?
No, right now it's my iPad. I'm using my iPad right now.
Okay, and for the.
So I'm opening now. I'm opening an application for drawing on the iPad.
All right.
In this case, you know, to draw whatever. Oops.
Edgar, if I may ask one question, sorry.
Yes, tell me.
You're using your same account with your iPad also? One account to get into two devices then?
No. This is different. This is from the computer. I have my iPad connected to my computer by the cable, you know, via the cable.
Ah, I see. Okay.
So when you click share, you can share your screen, you can share your window, you can share your application, and you can share your iPad in case you have an iPad connected to your computer, an iPad or an iPhone. The good thing about this is that you can actually draw on the iPad, no?
Right. Okay.
See?
Thanks.
So for writing or for note taking or something is, yes, I'm a designer and I'm a terrible drawer. I'm sorry. This is the way I draw, so don't worry. This is 5 years of design to do this. Anyhow, well, let's stop the
All right.
I studied 5 years. So these are the share options. So you could remember, you can share your screen, you can share your application, you can share your whiteboard, or you can share your iPad or your iPhone in case you want. I don't know. Remember, the idea of this class is just to give you the basic tools, so you could use it as to adapt it to the way of you teaching. No, because for example, I don't know, there are professors that are more kind of one way, no, that is more a presentation. There are professors that are more interactive. Last time in the last class, I had this question, no, how do you organize a debate, no, which is quite tricky as well. My recommendation for that is that you take the center of the stage, no? It's more or less what I've been doing here. You know, you give the word to the people. You know, Jesus, what do you think about the sharing screen of Zoom?
Okay, it's fine. It's easy, quite easy.
It was only me, or was like Darth Vader talking?
Sorry?
Yes.
You and me?
Sound was good.
Okay. So you can have this interaction, you know, or organizing who you give the word to. It's the best way to organize a debate, no? You have another tool, and we still have some more minutes to go before opening up to Q&A, no? A small Q&A. And the next tool, which is very interesting, is the breakout rooms that you could see. Is the next option, I think, because I see the pause and recording. So the breakout rooms basically allows you to have breakout rooms. It's like mini Zoom sessions where you can put different persons there. You can do it in different ways. You can use it, the automatic random breakout room, or you can preset up your breakout rooms as well. That's a bit more complicated, but let's just make it a little test here right now. So I'm gonna do a breakout room with all of you. I'm gonna break it out in 3 rooms. So it's like 3, 3, and 4. Yes. I'm gonna create 4 rooms of 2 or 3 participants per room. Yes, it's very important when you leave your breakout room. It's very important because remember, you are co-host now. When you leave the breakout room, you have 2 options. One is leave breakout room, and the second one is leave the session. It's a bit tricky because sometimes you click on leave session and it's going to take you out of Zoom. Yeah, so just be careful. Just be careful. So let's create the breakout rooms. I'm going to use the automatic random
Edgar,
tool.
what is that?
Sorry? That is I think, Ruth? Can you hear me, Ruth? No, I think you left already. Okay, everybody go to the breakout rooms.
Edgar.
No nos hemos perdido. Estamos aquí.
Yo creo que estamos unos cuantos, hemos vuelto unos cuantos, pero no todos, ¿no? Edgar, just a question.
Yes.
Where's the bottom to create the small rooms? I don't see
Yes,
that on my screen.
Yes, I think you can only see it as a, but you're a co-host, no, Alfonso? Or you're not?
I don't think I am. I don't
No,
know.
because I think everybody else is co-host except you, because you enter a bit later, no?
Yeah, I arrived late. Sorry for that.
Okay, so let me just, I'm gonna make you co-host.
Okay.
So you could see. So everybody went to the breakout rooms. Everybody's returning now.
Yeah.
So basically, the breakout rooms is more or less, it's exactly the same as a Zoom session. Let me, Alfonso, I'm gonna make you. Yes, because you're a guest, Alfonso. That's why you don't see the option.
Okay.
I'm gonna make you co-host now. No, I'm making you co-host now. You can see it now.
All right.
So as you could see, you know, the breakout rooms is basically exactly the same, but in a mini session, no, with only 4 or 10 students. You can do the breakout rooms as you wish. This is very convenient. Like, for example, if in a part of the class you need them to start working on the teams, you as a host, you can see the list of all the and who is in there. So basically, you can jump from one guest room, one break room to the other one. They cannot, you know, the participants cannot change the breakout room. They are only assigned to one breakout room, but you can jump from one to the other. And you can close all the breakout rooms. You can close it. You know, for example, you have this option, close all breakout rooms, and it gives you like 1 minute. So a message appears on each breakout room that in 1 minute, all the breakout rooms are gonna be closed. So this is very convenient for the classes, depending on what kind of interaction or activities you do in your classes. This could be a very useful tool. And we're right on time. Right now, I would like you to have some Q&A if you have some questions. These were more or less the basic, you know, the very basic tools. The best way of doing this, of course, is practicing. I asked Daisy to set up a practice room. I haven't heard from them, because in the last session, I asked her to set up a classroom, you know, that is going to be open, so you could go there every time and practice. They were setting up. I haven't heard from them, but pretty soon I think they will send you an email. Or you can use this one. I'm going to leave this one open in case you want to come and practice. If you just jump into this, you can come and I don't know if there is any questions. No, I'm super good explaining things. Like, Jesus Christ. Even though like half of the time it wasn't working, I'm sorry, but I had this problem. I think one of the applications I had open my computer was like doing some confusion, so I closed it, and right now it looks like working.
Edgar, I have been trying to find the double screen thing, but I haven't been able, and I have the last version.
You have Mac?
Yep.
Okay, good. In the Mac, is if you go to preferences.
Yes.
System preferences.
Yes. System.
System preferences.
Right.
System preferences. You see there. There, I think it's called display. I don't know if you have it in Spanish or in English.
In Spanish.
It's called displays. Monitores, será, or something like that. It's like the 4th row. On system preferences, it's like the 4th row. It has a monitor.
Screens.
Screens, actually.
Okay.
So if you click there, you have an option that says mirror screens. I don't know if you see it.
Yes, reunited windows, maybe.
No, in arrangement, you have at the top, you have display, arrangement, color, and night shift, right? You go to arrangement.
Non-duplicated screens.
Exactly. You click there, automatically separates the screens.
Yeah, I see now different things.
Okay, good.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. This is, I don't know, sorry, I only use Mac, so I don't know in Windows exactly how do you do this. But it must be somewhere around there, preferences, display, or something. It should be in Windows. No, it's not in Zoom. I think Javier missaid what he was looking in Zoom. It's not a Zoom option, but it's a Windows. It's the operating system option to have the 2 screens. And it's very convenient to have 2 screens, you know, because you could have like one thing on one side and the other on the other one. Yes, I don't know if, yes, I have this. Well, if there are no more questions, I think that that's it for this class, which was a little bit of a mess. When share screen, this is very important. I was telling you when I got distracted by the crashing of my computer. When you click on share screen, you have these little two options at the bottom that says share computer sound, and the other one says optimize for animation. This is very important if you're gonna play a video. It's very important. It's very important that you keep these options open, because otherwise the people are not gonna hear the sound of the video you're showing. Yep. So it's very important. And to show a video, because somebody asked me on the other class as well, to show a video is quite easy. I mean, if you just share your screen and you open up a window, just go there, go to YouTube or if it's on your presentation, there's no problem. If you're gonna use a YouTube video, for example, and it's very convenient because you just open a window. Just make sure that you share your screen, not your application, and that's it.
Edgar?
See?
Sorry, Jesus asked before, how do you raise your hand if someone wants to speak?
Yes. Yes. I don't know why I jumped that part. Sorry. Yes. On the participants window, you have many options. You could see, for example, yes and no. And you have go slower and go faster. And then you have 3 buttons that says more. Can you see? And there you can, for example, you have these options that one of the options is raise your hand. No? Huh? No, it's not raise your hand.
I don't have that.
No.
No.
It's very strange because it was there. It's very strange. No, it was there. It was one of these options. I think they changed it. It's very strange. Because here you can see, you can have, for example, this another way of interacting is this yes or no. You know, you can ask a question to be answered yes or no, and you could have polls as well. You could have polls. But the polls, we're not going to have time to see them. I mean, if you can say a little bit more, we can see the polls. It's strange because no, it's not showing me the either the polls option or the raise your hand. It was here. It was one of these options, you know, like, not like, coffee, and clap. I don't know why it disappeared. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mariana. I couldn't answer your question. It was there. I can assure you it was there. Yes. Okay. Well, I don't know if there are any other more questions, or maybe it's because you're a co-host. I don't know. Yeah. Let me, Mariana. I'm gonna take you out of co-host just to see if you could see the option of raise your hand. Try now, Mariana. No, it's very strange because it was there. Well, this is constantly updating, you know, as I told you. Zoom, that's important to keep updated your application, because they are changing things. You see, last week, because I gave this class last week. Last week it was there, and this week it's not. I don't know. Or this, for example, before you couldn't put the window, the participant and chat window inside the window, which is very convenient. And something important as well that I always forget is to follow up the chat, you know, because many times this will depend on how do you set up your interaction in your class. Yeah, maybe you want the students to ask the questions in the chat, or maybe you want to raise their hand, or maybe you just want to give them the voice, or it's up to you. No? I'm seeing the chat because I always forget to check the chat. Because as I told you, it's a lot of things. No, you have to be careful, especially when you go. And I highly recommend you to go and do the training for the hybrid class, because the hybrid class is very complicated. It's not complex, but it's complicated. You know, it's quite simple, but there are many things that you could forget, and they're gonna make your life miserable. So I highly recommend you to go, because I think you'll need at least 1 or 2 sessions, you know, to get used, because this thing, for example, happens to me all the time. I always forget to check the chat window, you know? And well, at least in this one, you know, it's like, yes, for example, here I have a question of Jesus, no? Jesus, the presentation, you cannot load it in advance. This is different from Adobe Connect. You don't need to load it in advance, which is something, actually, I like it better. I like it better because basically you share your screen, and whatever you have on your screen is going to be shown. So basically you don't need to load it in advance. You need to have your PowerPoint in your computer, but you don't have to. And you can check, yes, by, this is dangerous, why? You can press the space if you want, Jesus.
Okay, because if I have the presentation already loaded, probably I don't make any mistake, and nobody see what I am doing to present just before I open.
I don't get it.
Solution? Do we have any solution to load the presentations just before the class?
Yeah, but if you open your, if you open your PowerPoint in your computer and you load the presentation in your computer, your PowerPoint loaded, that's it. You just share your screen and it's loaded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if I have 3 presentations and I need to
just open the 3 presentations before in your PowerPoint.
In different, just keeping open the 3 presentations.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's what I would do. I mean, there are many options. It's not the only answer, eh? But that's what I would do. You know, if you need 2 presentations, just have the 3 presentations open in your computer, and you just change from one to the other.
Okay. Okay.
It's quite convenient. At the end, I know that you're used maybe to Adobe Connect, that you need to load the presentation and stuff. But I found I never liked that. I prefer to have everything on my computer. I know where the things are, and I know that my computer works and everything many times. Sometimes not, like today. Yes.
Okay.
Perfect.
Clear. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Edgar, sorry, a simple one.
Yeah.
This thing,
I have another
this
one.
thing, slower and faster, speak slower, speak faster.
Yes, this is some sort of interaction. I don't like that very much. You know, this is an interaction that you have with the students. For example, you know, if you click "Go faster," it will appear on my window that somebody is saying "Go faster." Yes, exactly. So it's interesting because it's kind of a soft interaction. You know, you don't interrupt the professor, but if you start seeing like everybody is giving you a "Go faster," it's like maybe you're going too slow.
This is super boring. Go faster.
Yes, exactly. Or go slower. No, it's like just the interaction is quite interesting because you could see. I don't remember if you could see the rest of the people. Like for example, here we can do this very simple interaction. No? Remember, can you see that we have the yes and no?
Mm-hmm.
So I can make you a question. For example, la tortilla de patata tiene que llevar cebolla, sí o no? You answer on the thing. And I can see, you know, like for example, one person thinks that the tortilla patata debe llevar cebolla, 2 personas, and the rest haven't answered. Tenemos a 2 personas equivocadas, que creen que la tortilla de patata tiene que llevar cebolla. Evidentemente no. Claro que no tiene que llevar cebolla. Pero bueno, yo soy mexicano hablando aquí. No tengo ninguna autoridad para decirlo. Uno de los grandes divides de este país, ¿no? Uno más. Entonces, esto también es interesante a veces, ¿no? Porque es como muy rápido, muy sencillo, y te lo cuenta automáticamente. Entonces, por ejemplo, ahí puedes ver, si te fijas, las respuestas siguen apareciendo. I'm sorry, I'm speaking Spanish. ¿Todos hablan español? Bueno, podemos seguir en español. ¿Ves las respuestas ahí automáticamente? Entonces ya puedes...
No las veo, Edgar. ¿Dónde sale esto?
Perdón. Entonces es que solo las veo yo entonces, perdón.
No, las vemos todos. Están en la pestaña esta de participantes.
Sí,
¿En la pestaña de participantes?
Sí.
Sí.
Y puedes ver cada participante.
Pero las vemos porque somos co-gestores o las veremos también como alumnos.
No lo sé. Mariana, ¿tú ves eso? Mariana no es co-host ya.
Yo ya no soy, pero perdonad, me he tenido que ir un momento y no sé de qué estáis hablando.
Estamos jugando con el yes and no, con la interacción del yes and no.
Pues no lo veo, no.
¿No lo ves? ¿En la lista de participantes?
Pero
no
yo
te aparece.
Ni siquiera tengo la opción de darle sí o no.
Pues me alegro que no lo vea. Me alegro que no lo vea, porque eso en manos de los alumnos es un juego.
Ahora sí que me aparece, ¿eh?
Sí.
Mira, se te devolvió, Jesús.
Pues habrá que bloquearlo, porque en manos de 40 o 50 alumnos eso es un juego.
No, pero es también, bueno, depende de tu estilo de clase, ¿no? A lo mejor una pregunta es rápido, es como, bueno, venga, ¿hacemos un break? No, pues venga, pues no, la mitad ha dicho que no, pues seguimos, ¿no? Y luego tú puedes borrar las respuestas.
Ya, pero como te digan que vayas más deprisa y otros te digan que vayas más despacio, pues...
Sí.
Yo estoy conectado con, perdóname, que estoy conectado con un iPad y entonces no tengo opciones de sí o no, tal, ¿sabes? Veo invitar, informar, silenciar a todos, solicitar que todos reactiven el audio. Estoy en la pestaña de participantes.
Pero las flechitas no las ves.
No.
Qué raro. Es que no, yo nunca he usado Zoom en el iPad, perdón, Alfonso. No te lo puedo...
Vale, no, tendré que darle una vuelta a ver cómo lo...
Sí.
¿Sabes cómo se hace? Pero seguro que hay una forma. Pero bueno.
Edgar, que sepas que ahora me aparece la opción de levantar la mano.
¿Ah, sí? A ver, levanta.
¿Dónde?
Por una razón, porque nosotros como co-gestores no tenemos la posibilidad de levantar la mano y los participantes probablemente sí.
Sí, pero yo había hecho a Mariana, la había hecho participante hace rato.
Sí, pero mi ordenador es un poco viejo, así que debe ir con retraso.
No, pero es que a lo mejor es como saliste y entraste. Yo creo que fue por eso, como saliste y entraste. Entonces, es por eso, ¿no? Entonces, todos como co-host ahora estáis viendo la mano levantada de Mariana, ¿no? En la esquinita.
A ver.
En la esquinita de la imagen de Mariana está en azul una manita.
Arriba a la izquierda.
Sí,
exacto.
Sí.
Entonces, esta es otra razón también para poner la pantalla con todas las imágenes, porque así puedes ver quién ha levantado la mano.
Sí.
Si hay alguna pregunta o algún comentario, es esto. Ruth, ¿tú querías hacer un comentario?
Vale, sí. A ver, un par de preguntas que me surgen dudas. No sé si lo has dicho al principio. Para empezar la videoconferencia, ¿tendremos nosotros que organizar el meeting y mandar el link?
No, eso lo organiza, no sé si es programación o IT, pero programación o IT, básicamente lo que va a haber una sesión específica para cada clase. O sea, por ejemplo, esta sesión a la que entrasteis es esta sesión específica para estas clases, que es la misma sesión que yo usé la semana pasada.
Vale. O sea, no va a ser para cada profesor, sino para cada clase.
No, es para cada clase, exactamente, sí. Para cada clase. Cada clase va a tener su sesión. Vale. Entonces, de hecho, te las puedes guardar también, ¿sabes? Hay una opción para guardarlas, que es también como conveniente, ¿no? Si la tienes, la tienes guardada y vale. Es un concepto interesante porque como tienes una sesión para cada clase, pues tú solo entras y ya van entrando los alumnos. Tú como profesor no tienes que preocupar de generar la opción.
De acuerdo. Y por ejemplo, ¿puedo entrar en esa sesión, en esa clase, cuando no tengo yo horario de clase o algo así?
Sí.
O sea, que otro profesor puede entrar mientras yo estoy dando clase. O, bueno,
no, porque es tu clase.
Vale.
O sea, es como una especie de aula. Imagínate como si tú tuvieras tu aula, ¿no? Pero es tuya sola.
Vale,
entonces
vale.
como va con las claves, o sea, otro profesor no puede entrar en tu clase. En las clases solamente puede entrar la gente que tiene que entrar. O sea, solamente puedes entrar tú y tus alumnos.
Vale. Vale.
Eso está muy bien también porque es como, es muy segura, ¿no? O sea,
sí,
solamente
claro.
puede, como se genera por el sistema automáticamente por el email, entonces solamente puede entrar tú o tus alumnos.
De acuerdo. Vale, y otra pregunta que te iba a hacer.
¿Sí?
Yo tengo dos pantallas, ¿no? Entonces tengo en una, os tengo a todos y en la otra tengo la presentación, ¿no? Bueno, tu pantalla. Claro, ¿hay alguna posibilidad de, por ejemplo, tener al que estaba presentando, por ejemplo, a ti solo aquí, en pequeñito, junto con tu presentación y el resto aquí? Algo así, digo, por estar mirando, porque ahora parece que hablo contigo y no te miro. No sé si me entiendes,
Exacto,
¿no?
sí.
No sé si existe esa posibilidad. Es que cuando intento
creo
mover,
que no.
se mueven todos juntos. Entonces, no sé si...
Sí. Yo lo que hago, generalmente cuando me pasa eso, es, por ejemplo, yo ahora, mi cámara estoy en la cámara del laptop. Entonces yo lo que hago es pongo la ventana de las caras, la pongo en el laptop. Entonces naturalmente a mí ¿sabes? Te llama a mirar esa cámara. Entonces es más natural. Entonces
claro,
es
lo
lo
que
yo
hacer
hago.
al revés, claro. Sí,
Exacto, sí. Pues, si cambias las pantallas, yo es lo que te recomendaría.
Vale.
La otra también, a veces yo lo hacía, porque también cuando tenía la otra pantalla, yo tengo dos cámaras también. Yo tengo una cámara externa y la cámara externa la pongo encima de la segunda pantalla que tengo aquí. Entonces, si estás mirando esa pantalla, pues es que es un poco más natural, pero sí es un poco raro eso que dices, sobre todo para la clase. Pero sí, yo te recomiendo eso, que pongas las caras donde tienes la cámara.
Claro, lo único que entonces cuando estás dando la presentación, miras al otro lado. Bueno, puedes ir cambiando, ¿no?
Sí.
Sí. Es cogerle el truco, imagino.
Exacto, sí.
Las 40 primeras clases.
Sí.
Exactamente. Sí.
Vale.
Y pues, sí, muy bien. ¿No? ¿Había alguien más quería comentar? ¿Alfonso? ¿Ibas a comentar algo o no? Creo que estaba hablando por teléfono. Alejandro, ¿todo en orden? Sí, perfecto. Muy bien. Y bueno, esto es más o menos la intención de la clase era un poco esto, ¿no? Familiarizaros un poco con los clips. Después están las otras clases que son ya más de la interacción y la clase híbrida, que os recomiendo que la hagáis, porque es difícil. Yo estuve en el Workforce cuando estuvimos haciendo el setup y es duro, es complicado. Porque si esto es complicado, tener encima a 20 ahí y a otros 20 aquí y mantener la interacción es complicadete. Porque tienes, además ahí tienes 3 pantallas. Bueno, yo siempre voy con mi portátil, ¿no? Yo siempre doy clase con mi portátil. Entonces tienes las 2 pantallas, una es táctil, la otra es no. Hay que estar atento de una porque, claro, si alguien levanta la mano, luego tienes el portátil donde tienes la presentación, entonces estás controlando la presentación, pero alguien ha levantado la mano, entonces en la tercera pantalla y luego intentas tocar una, resulta que esa no es la táctil porque la táctil es la otra, porque las 2 pantallas solo una es táctil.
Pero Edgar, una pregunta.
Sí.
¿Las pantallas son las mismas que teníamos en clase en 31? ¿Son las mismas? No hay pantallas.
Son las mismas, sí. No, vale. Es que no sé, ¿tú dónde dabas clase? ¿En 31 o 31 bis?
31, sí.
¿31 o 31 bis?
Bueno, el tradicional 31, el de siempre. El 31, vale. Yo creo que el bis no era el...
Vale. Es que en el BIS no había dobles pantallas. En el 31 sí había dobles pantallas.
Sí, había 2 pantallas iguales.
Exactamente.
Una que era táctil y otra que no era.
Claro. Es que yo doy clase en 31 bis y en 31 bis siempre tuvimos solo una pantalla. Para mí eso de tener 2 pantallas y que una era táctil y otra no, a mí me confundía muchísimo.
Vale.
Pero creo que tú ya estás acostumbrado a eso, ¿no?
Bueno, entonces el setup es básicamente el mismo, solamente que con los alumnos a distancia.
Exactamente, sí, con los alumnos a distancia. Estaban viendo, porque yo dejé de ir al Workforce ya en la última etapa, entonces lo único que quedaba pendiente cuando yo dejé de ir era el tema de la interacción, porque era más cómodo, por ejemplo, tener un portátil, y pones el portátil, pones las caras en el portátil y entonces estás mirando el portátil, porque el problema es que con las 2 pantallas, claro, tú tienes que estar así, mirando la otra pantalla para ver qué alumno es el que está hablando, ¿no? Entonces estás dando la espalda a todos los demás. Y además estás dando la espalda porque hay una cámara, la cámara está colocada muy detrás. Entonces, en realidad, tú ves al profesor de pie, ves al profesor entero y las dos pantallas.
Pero
Como
la cámara estará de frente, ¿no? Al profesor, ¿o no?
Sí, la cámara está de frente al profesor, pero tú tienes a los alumnos detrás, porque tienes la pantalla detrás.
Claro, tienes que
Entonces,
tener un monitor para verlos, claro.
Exactamente. Un error que se comete mucho es mirar hacia la pantalla todo el rato. Entonces estás dando la espalda a los estos.
A todos. Vale.
Vale.
Vale. Muy bien.
Pero bueno, ir a hacer la práctica, que seguro, mira, aquí está Lola, que Lola seguro es la que está más involucrada en esto.
Muy bien.
Y os recomiendo que hacer la práctica. A ver, es complicado, pero bueno, ya que sé. Tampoco mucha ciencia. Yo no sé si tenéis alguna otra pregunta que os pueda echar. A ver, alguien dice aquí que si puedo. Es que no sé si mira, a veces que esto me pasa mucho, ¿no? Dice, alguien quiere que compartamos el whiteboard, pero creo que fue así hace mucho rato. ¿Fue alguien de ustedes el que quería compartir el whiteboard o no?
No.
¿No? Pues, bueno.
Por eso se fue.
Pues se me fue. Se me fue, sí.
Oye, Edgar, una pregunta.
Sí.
El
Cuéntame, sí.
El problema no va a ser hoy, el problema va a ser en septiembre, octubre, cuando comencemos el siguiente periodo o continuamos el periodo que estemos dando. ¿Quién va a ser la persona para preguntarle dudas concretas como las que hoy hemos discutido? ¿Existe un equipo? ¿Existe una persona?
Pues sí, es el equipo de Yolanta, es que el apellido es impronunciable. Se llama Learning Innovation, es el que está liderando esto.
Pero para preguntarle detalles, por ejemplo, oye, ¿cómo cambio la pantalla? ¿Cómo comparto la pantalla? Ese tipo de cosas.
Sí, exacto, sí. Sí, a ver, estas semanas está habiendo un montón de sesiones de training. Ahora mismo está viendo prácticamente todos los días, ¿eh? Yo lo que os recomiendo es ir a una o ir a 2 o 3.
Ya, pero el problema que yo estoy viendo es que, por lo menos para mí, hablo de mí, es que a mí lo que me faltan son la base, las cosas fundamentales. Porque lo demás, claro, evidentemente cada uno ha desarrollado su propio sistema y te puede hablar de buenas prácticas. Pero es que cuando no sabes manejar los botones, las buenas prácticas quedan al margen. Primero hay que saber manejar el sistema y luego ya aprender o intentar aprender buenas prácticas. Y tengo que manejar esto, la herramienta.
Vale. Sí, pues te digo, no es tan complicado, ¿eh? O sea, me refiero,
no
es una cosa que practicas y ya está, ¿no? O sea, hoy, por ejemplo, pues tuvimos esta, ¿no? Que es Zoom. Bueno, si te fijas, son 4 herramientas, no son más.
Yeah.
Cada una tiene su truquillo, pero son 4 herramientas, ¿no? Tampoco son muchas más.
Ya. Pero bueno, es cuestión de hacerlo unas cuantas veces y luego...
Sí.
Por ejemplo,
por eso digo, yo les pedí que dejaran esta sesión abierta, por si queréis volver algún otro día o a vuestras horas, o si queréis quedar aquí. Yo dejo como host alguno y podemos parar de la grabación.
Eso es.